Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
New this noon, arson investigators taking a close look at a southeast side home. It was damaged by fire earlier this morning, and it also ended with 2 people and a dog running for cover.
Our Katrina Weber tells us why one woman who lived there believes the fire was the work of an arsonist.
Between the bright lights and the noise of the engines, there was no way for anyone here to sleep. Yet that is what one woman says she was doing around 6 this morning, just before these fire crews arrived.
My neighbors came banging on my door saying to wake up and get the kids out of the house, that there's a fire. My kids aren't here, thank God.
Laura McGill was at one end of her home on East Highland near Elgin Avenue as flames spread to the other end.
Whenever I got up, it wasn't in the house yet, but I saw the back window busted.
San Antonio firefighters say the fire started in a travel trailer parked out back, but it soon jumped to the edge of McGill's home, then continued to spread. She, a relative, and a dog all made it out safely on their own. The trailer where investigators believe this fire started is burned to the ground. They say the house also has extensive damage throughout, most of that from the smoke.
Definitely, that fire didn't start on its own.
McGill says she has good reason to be suspicious. Firefighters confirmed they were just there last week for a car fire, which she believes someone also purposely set. But arson investigators have not reached a decision yet about the cause of either fire. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
Well, 2 people are recovering after an early morning house fire on the west side. It happened just before 2 this morning in a neighborhood between Northwest 36th Street and Fortuna. We're told fire crews arrived to find smoke coming from the front bedroom. Those 2 people were taken to the hospital and treated for burns. Right now, it's still unclear what caused that fire.
And police searching for a pair of robbers who shot a man on the northeast side. It happened just before 4 a.m. on a Sand Trap Lane, not too far from Thousand Oaks Drive. Police on the scene telling us the man was opening his garage to his home. He was preparing to leave for work. That's when 2 men came along, robbed him, and then shot him in the shoulder. The robbers took off with the man's wallet and car keys. Didn't take his car, though. So far, the 2 men have not been found. Description of the 2 suspects not even given. Right now, still unclear if the victim even knew the suspects.
All right, taking a live look outside at Live Cam, 64 degrees. We know it's not the perfect spring break weather in store for us, but I think it feels really great outside, Justin.
It was nice this morning. There was a chill in the air, and we're going to see sort of an up and down week with some pretty cold stuff headed our way by the end of the week. We had sun earlier this morning. Clouds are starting to fill in, and we're going to see a mostly cloudy afternoon. As we look at the satellite picture, you can see clouds all around San Antonio, but they're starting to move into the city. And temperatures at this hour, 64 at the airport, 67 Pleasanton's, 58 in Uvalde, where it is quite a bit cloudier, 61 Carrizo Springs. And with these clouds moving in, that should allow temperatures to kind of level off. We're thinking mid to upper 60s this afternoon. Right now, 61 in Randolph, 64 Stinson, 62 in Helotes. And the forecast for today, 66 this afternoon, mostly cloudy, easterly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. We'll keep it mostly cloudy going into tonight. Temperatures in the 50s around midnight, and tomorrow will be another mostly cloudy day. Here's some of the weather headlines. Clouds fill in, cool temperatures today, tomorrow. Then we're talking about some severe weather potentially Thursday night with a cold front. And that cold front doesn't just bring storms, it also brings some cold weather. Wet and windy conditions too. You'll want to see the 7-day forecast. We've got that for you coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Justin. Well, a program that helps people struggling to pay rent is once again accepting applications. This morning, the Texas Rent Relief Program reopened. The Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs says $96 million in rent relief is available for eligible households with rent and utility payments. First-time applicants may be eligible for up to 18 months of help. And you can scan the QR code right now on your screen to get more information on KSAT.com. Applications will be processed in the order received, and renters facing evictions will be prioritized. The deadline to apply for assistance is March 28th. To apply, visit TexasRentRelief.com or call 1-833-989-7368. Again, that information on our website as well.
Well, more than 5 years after the tragedy in Sutherland Springs, the center set up to support the mental health needs of the community, it is now expanding. The Center for Healing and Hope of South Texas offers a variety of counseling services. The Ecumenical Center opened this location in Lavernia after the 2017 shooting at the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs. Now, remember, that ended with 26 people shot and killed. behind the main building, another building now under construction. At one time, it was just a work shed. Now it'll give them room to expand and give more people with individual and group counseling.
We can bring down the barriers to care, and we can bring the services closer to the people who need them. They're going to be more willing to come in and take advantage of that.
Fisk added that the center's mission is simple: bring healing and hope to those who need it. They hope to have the construction done within a month and the grand opening to unveil the new structure to the community that they serve.
Well, President Biden and the nation's financial regulators are reassuring Americans that the U.S. banking system is strong despite consecutive collapses of regional banks. As ABC's Justin Finch reports, all of this comes amid continuing inflation concerns.
A mixed report on inflation revealed in the latest Consumer Price Index numbers. The index measuring how much Americans pay for goods and services, finding inflation dropping from 6.4% in January to 6% last month. That number, though still high, is in line with expectations as the Federal Reserve aims for 2% inflation with its aggressive interest rate hikes. Though some leading economists say the Fed could pause those hikes following the failure of two regional banks.
This is, I think, about as good of an outcome as we could have hoped for.
Long lines again outside of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank branches Monday. Account holders finally able to access their money. The U.S. Treasury, Federal Reserve, and FDIC acting quickly to guarantee that deposits in those failed banks will be paid back in full, even those over the federally insured $250,000. The president saying banks will cover the costs.
No losses will be borne by the taxpayers.
The fallout jarring Wall Street, regional bank stocks diving on fears SVB's problems could spread.
It's going to take at least a week for us to disseminate through all of the other regional banks and try to ascertain or figure out, are there other banks that have similar issues?
Even some of the nation's biggest banks, which are held to a higher standard, traded lower.
The too big to fail banks got the heaviest hand of regulation, so they had to have more capital on hand. They had to take a stress test every year.
And all eyes on Wall Street will be on banks again today, with analysts watching to see if regional banks see a bounce after that big sell-off on Monday. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
All right, well, back here at home, go Spurs, go. Coming off a tough loss against OKC, what comes next and what happens with this guy, Zach Collins, the new starting center?
Plus, a piece of history frozen in time, how you can explore Antarctica's past at a local museum. Well, it's chilly, so think about the spring break, visiting a museum where you can step back 200 million years in time and explore Antarctica, where ironically it was warm and ruled by dinosaurs.
I was going to say, talking to Chile, Antarctica. So Tiffany Huertas taking us to the Witty, and we're traveling back in time. Visitors can see the full-size replicas of dinosaurs and even the original fossils.
We all have this idea of Antarctica today, right? This frozen world. And then here you're going to come and see this lost world, this world frozen in time, where it had trees and there were pterosaurs, there were dinosaurs, there were small mammals. It was heavily vegetated.
At the Witty Museum's latest exhibit, Antarctic Dinosaurs, a forest frozen in time, you can explore Antarctica's past.
We have Antarctic Dinosaurs. It comes to us from the Field Museum. It's actually put on by several institutions that actually conducted an expedition to Antarctica to look for fossils and collect fossils.
Thomas Adams, Chief Curator and Vice President of Research, showed us around this educational exhibit, including the tough working conditions scientists dealt with in Antarctica.
And this area here is, sort of a recreation of if you're in Antarctica and you discover fossils, how do you get them out of the rock? So we have examples of some of the tools they use.
This exhibit is interactive. You can become a scientist in this laboratory and even touch a real block from Antarctica. Right here, this one weighs 140 pounds and has dinosaur fossils.
The traveling exhibit is open until September 10th, and a special exhibition ticket is required. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
Doesn't quite seem like Antarctica outside, though.
No, it doesn't. Okay, we won't compare it to that. We're not going to be that dramatic, Justin.
No, that's fascinating stuff there.
It is. It really is.
Stuff. No, it is not that cold. It is going to get chillier, though, by the end of the week. We're going to be watching for that. In the meantime, the aquifer is still falling. It's down 0.3 of a foot to 634 even. And your pollen count's not pretty today. We've got high counts of oak, pine, and hackberry jump up to the moderate levels, and mold and mulberry are also there. Interesting 7-day forecast. We're going to take a look coming up.
All right, welcome back. 12:14. So you have a small daughter. Have you been taking her around town, splash pads, enjoying the warmth?
We have not done the splash pads yet, because if we do make it out there, we are definitely getting soaked. She's obsessed with water. We might wait, because this isn't the week to do that.
No, we were spoiled over the weekend. We had 90s, we had 80s.
That was nice.
Now we're at 60s, Justin. What are you doing to us?
Well, it's tough. Splash pads, a little iffy. Same for if you're floating the river. I know a lot of people have plans like that. It's a little on the cool side, and things are going to get colder by the end of the week, as we've been talking about. So let's first start with seeing outside right now. 64 degrees, mostly cloudy. Dew point is at 41. Skies are going to continually get cloudier as the day wears on, so temperatures should hold pretty steady here in the mid to upper 60s. Easterly winds right now at about 14 miles per hour. There's all the cloud cover. If you've been west of San Antonio, clouds have been there most of the day, but now they're starting to spread in over the city. 67 Pleasanton, 59 Kerrville, 58 in Uvalde, 66 in Kennedy. Still some sun out in Gonzales, 64 there, and some sun in New Braunfels too, 67 for you. Around Bexar County, mostly cloudy and mid-60s at this hour. Not a bad day. And we started off pretty chilly. We had some temperatures in the 40s this morning. Here's how it ends up if you're planning out the rest of your afternoon. 66 at 3 o'clock, 66 at 4 p.m., and we'll drop down into the low 60s by 7 and 8 o'clock. And more clouds overnight. It'll be a mostly cloudy day coming up tomorrow as well. Here's the big picture, and there are some showers across Texas, just not here. You got to go north up I-35, places like Waco, seeing a few showers. You'll find some rain up in parts of Oklahoma. But it's a really busy scenario across the entire country. And I'll zoom out and show you that the East Coast is getting pummeled by a nor'easter here with very heavy snow there, very strong winds. That's piling up and probably going to cause some travel issues today. See all the snow around Boston, New York City getting some snow at this hour. Then we take you to the West Coast, which California's already been hit hard this winter, but more rain, more heavy rain, more flooding, more mudslides, those sort of things, with very heavy snow in the higher elevations there in California. And so this is probably going to cause some travel delays too. If you are flying or traveling next few days, you definitely want to check ahead. Some of the energy from that storm system, though, heads in our direction. So I want to show you the forecast here locally. At 4 o'clock today, we're still just cloudy. By tomorrow, mostly cloudy, and this model does show a few sprinkly showers here and there. Nothing to worry about. You probably don't even need your umbrella tomorrow. But Thursday's a different story. We start to see some showers developing, and by Thursday morning, we've got some isolated showers around the area. And then by Thursday afternoon, could even see a few thunderstorms, although the bulk of that will be east of us. But what we're going to turn our attention to is Thursday night, because a front starts to work in, and that is going to bring a line of storms with it. So by 10 o'clock, front starting to enter the hill country. And then by, say, midnight to 2 a.m., we can see some storms here around San Antonio. Some of these could be strong to severe. Gusty winds would be the main threat. And then that will quickly push south by 7 a.m. Friday morning. We're dealing with just a few leftover showers, but it's windy and it's much colder. Here's a look at the risk for severe weather. We're in that scattered category. So on a scale of 1 to 5, about a 2, San Antonio to Dallas to Houston, and then isolated west of San Antonio. But again, there is a risk there for some gusty winds and maybe some hail. We'll be keeping a close eye on it should anything develop. Then we have to talk about temperatures. So 66 today, close to 70 tomorrow, 80 on Thursday. Then comes the front. We get the storms, but look at the numbers thereafter. 49 Friday, 52 Saturday, 45 Sunday, 48 Monday. Stretch of really cold temperatures, below average for sure. And here it is in the 7-day forecast. 49 Friday, again, 30% chance of some morning showers. And then 52 Saturday, 45 on Sunday, as we just said, with rain chances there also. So we've got to watch Sunday, Monday. There'll be some cold rain around here in San Antonio, but it may be just cold enough to where we could see a few flakes of snow in the hill country, which probably saying, yeah, right. It would be interesting to see, but it's a possibility. It wouldn't cause any road issues or anything like that. It would be more of a gee whiz thing, but something to watch as we get later into the weekend and early next week.
Yeah, we need to see all the different possibilities for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. All right, any UT fans in the building? No one? All right. Well, it's been a great season.
That's me.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's been a great season for the Longhorns, and they finished strong. What happens next? Could they see Texas A&M in the second round of March Madness? We'll see. A&M's got to get past Penn State first. All right, speaking of basketball, this man, Zach Collins, the starting center for the San Antonio Spurs. We hear from him what it means for him and what comes next. Welcome back. We're talking NFL. There's already been a bunch of free agency moves. So after 5 seasons with New Orleans, with the Saints, edge rusher Marcus Davenport, UTSA's own, headed to Minnesota to play for the Vikings. Reports from multiple NFL sources indicate the Stevens High School and UTSA product signing a 1-year, $13 million deal with the Gold and Purple. Davenport played 15 games last season, started 9 of them, recorded 29 sacks, 16 solo tackles, and recorded half a sack. He has 21.5 sacks in his career. The Saints drafted him with the 14th overall pick back in 2018. All right, from the field to the court, Zach Collins embracing his role as the Spurs starting center, and you can see it in his production. I mean, Zach took over after the Spurs traded Jakob Poeltl to the Raptors, and he gives the Spurs a much different look at the 5 position. He can stretch the floor, he can hit threes, and when we saw him against the Thunder, he had 23 points, 11 boards, only his 9th career double-double, and this 25-year-old, new place, new position. Look at this 3. He's loving it.
It's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun to be in a starting role, playing all those minutes, you know. If human beings couldn't get tired, man, I'd love to play the whole game, you know. So, no, it's just fun, man. You know, I wish we were winning more games this season, but it's definitely a fun experience. It's good for, you know, me going forward in my career just to have that opportunity and to have that responsibility every night to be ready to go from the jump. So it's been fun.
Hopefully that career is here in San Antonio. Speaking of the Spurs, hosting the Orlando Magic, 7 o'clock. So Jeremy Sohan and Keldon Johnson, both questionable. Trey Jones, Malachi Branham, and Romeo Langford are all out. All right, from the pros to college, March Madness is here, and for the 2nd straight season, the Islanders of Texas A&M Corpus Christi making the playing field thanks to winning the Southland Conference Championship. Wagner High School great and Islanders senior guard Jalen Jackson asked, what did it take to get back this season?
We have a lot of returners from last year, so like we knew what it took to win. We knew what it took to get back to the tournament. So just having that continuity and then being able to put it all together and make a run in March, that's how we got it done. We won conference, and then we won the conference championship, so we could get the bid. So now we got to go win a game or 2 in March Madness tournament.
Hopefully more than a 2. Come on now. Head coach Steve Lutz and his 16th seeded Islanders. They will take on the number 16 Southeast Missouri State tomorrow, 5:40 p.m. in the South region, first 4. And the Islanders, get this, they're already favored by 4 points. How about this? Speaking of winners of 4 straight, including the Big 12 championship game, frankly, decimating Kansas. We're talking the Texas Longhorns, and they have a lot of momentum headed into the big dance. The Horns cheering at their watch party, learning their seed, learning their opponent. Texas, the 2 seed in the Midwest region, taking on number 15 Colgate in the first round. Thursday night, 6:25, the 7-10 matchup. In that region, well, you guessed it, Texas A&M Aggies. I can see Justin fist pumping in the corner, taking on Penn State Nittany Lions, 8:55 Thursday night, which means, Justin, wait for it, you could see a second round showdown between the Longhorns and the Aggies. In that same region, another big Texas team, Houston, the top seed, taking on Northern Kentucky Thursday, 8:20 p.m. And in the West, TCU is a 6 seed, playing the winner of the playing game between Arizona State and Nevada on Friday night at 9:05. And Baylor, we have so many Texas teams in this, the 3 seed in the South region, and will play number 14 UC Santa Barbara in the first round Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon. So all in all, I think that makes 7 Texas teams in the tournament. All right, on the women's side, here's Coach Schaefer and his team learning their first round opponent. So during their watch party, the 4th seeded Longhorns learning that they will start with number 13 East Carolina. Yesterday, bittersweet for UT because, you know, they're bummed out. They dropped the Big 12 championship Saturday night to Iowa State 65. They're 61-51, but don't worry, they're still in the tournament.
We didn't have a funeral today. We lost a game yesterday. Now we got a chance. We're going to be in the greatest event there is in college athletics, and that's the NCAA tournament. And got a great field coming to Austin this weekend, and so we'll get ready for that.
All right, so Texas and East Carolina going at it Saturday night, 9 o'clock at the Moody Center. And the 7th-seeded Baylor Bears squaring off in the round of 64 with number 10 Alabama Saturday, 4:30 in Stores, Connecticut. This marks the 19th straight NCAA tournament appearance for Baylor and the 21st appearance overall. So, Courtney, we have Justin's school taking on my school in the first round. If he wins, he moves on to your school.
Yeah, it's just like a fun little family affair, isn't it?
Something like that.
It's that family event.
No one's rooting for Justin, though.
I mean, I would, but sorry, I can't in this one. All right, coming up, several states bracing for widespread severe weather. More than 90 million people are on alerts for flash flooding, heavy rain, snow, and damaging winds. We will have the latest in the next half hour. Well, a key marker for inflation is giving some reason to be hopeful. The Consumer Price Index report today dropped. Inflation remains elevated but continues to slow, and February was the 8th straight month inflation fell. The CPI is the government's gauge to measure changes in the price of day-to-day goods and services. The latest CPI measured 6% for the year ending in February. That's down from 6.4% from the previous month and is in line with economists' expectations. On a monthly basis, prices for goods and services were up 0.4%, which shows a cool down from last month's growth.
Well, the White House taking steps to lower everyday costs for Americans, specifically the price of health care, prescription drugs, home heating, and broadband access. The White House says the Federal Communication Commission will release additional funds this week supporting the Affordable Connectivity Program. It gives eligible households a $30 monthly credit towards their internet plan. Meanwhile, Health and Human Services, they're releasing over $500 million to help low-income families cover their home heating costs. HHS also announcing details for an inflation rebate on certain drugs.
The Justice Department is suing Rite Aid for allegedly violating the Controlled Substances Act and contributing to the opioid epidemic. According to the lawsuit, the DOJ says from May 2014 to June 2019, Rite Aid, quote, knowingly filled unlawful prescriptions for controlled substances with red flags, end quote. The combination was known as the Trinity and included excessive quantities of drugs like oxycodone and fentanyl. The Justice Department says these prescriptions were used illegally and without a medical purpose. The complaint also accuses Rite Aid of intentionally deleting internal notes about suspicious prescribers.
Well, more and more teenagers are overdosing on opioids, and research finds health providers aren't prescribing the medications that can actually help prevent these overdoses. Here's ABC's Lindsay Watts explaining it.
Opioid use disorder has been a continued public health epidemic in this country, and it doesn't just affect adults, but teenagers too. Medications used to help this disorder, such as buprenorphine, can prevent overdoses and save lives. But researchers from the CDC's Division of Overdose Prevention found that teens aren't getting the medication. Over a period from 2015 to 2020, the proportion of kids under 19 getting a prescription declined by 45%. And even though most people that age are treated by pediatricians only gave a small fraction of those prescriptions. In contrast, the number of adults receiving buprenorphine prescriptions rose by nearly half. Researchers suggest that doctors working with kids and teenagers need more training in management of substance use disorders to help address this issue. With this Medical Minute, I'm Lindsay Watts, ABC News.
Authorities have charged 10 more people in a scheme targeting a program that was supposed to help feed children during the pandemic. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota announced the charges in a news release, which includes conspiracy, wire fraud, money laundering, and bribery. Officials say the defendants participated in a massive scheme to defraud the federal child nutrition program, allegedly stealing $250 million from the Minnesota-based Feeding Our Future nonprofit. According to investigators, the people accused misappropriated the funds instead of using them to make sure underserved children received adequate nutrition. The Department of Justice had already charged 47 people in the alleged scheme back in September.
Well, it is Sleep Awareness Week, and if you're scheduled to get a vaccine for either COVID or the flu or something else, sleep could be critical to the effectiveness of the shot. That's a takeaway from a new study that found not getting enough sleep, get this, may decrease the vaccine's impact, especially for men. Researchers found that sleeping less than 6 hours the night before getting the shot, that can actually limit the body's response to the vaccine. That would result in reduced protection against the virus or bacteria. According to the authors, good sleep not only amplifies but may also extend the duration of protection from the vaccine. The study found the impact of poor sleep on immune response to a vaccine was only scientifically relevant in men.
Well, U.S. officials are launching a new program to ward off ransomware attacks. The new program identifies organizations that are exposing vulnerable software through public Wi-Fi. Those public Wi-Fi areas, like in stores, the airport, or other public places, makes hackers' jobs significantly easier. The new warning system is designed to minimize the impact of hacking campaigns that capitalize on commonly used software. It's the latest in an all-out push by the Biden administration to curb the threat of ransomware, which has crippled hospitals, schools, cost organizations up to billions of dollars. Officials have also sanctioned cryptocurrency exchanges, arrested accused perpetrators of attacks, and warned broad sectors of the economy to raise their cyber defenses. But while overall payments of ransoms are down, criminal groups continue to claim U.S. victims on a regular basis.
All right, we're back here at home taking a look outside. 65 degrees. There's some clouds out there. 65 is fine. Did you make it outside at all yesterday?
I did a little bit. I mean, I'm loving this weather. I'm not one of those people who is excited for the heat, but I feel for the spring breakers. If you're on spring break today, though, did you see that's blue? That's blue sky.
It wasn't bad yesterday. It wasn't bad today. It's a little on the cool side, sure, but it's again the end of the week that doesn't look so nice. It gets maybe a little too cold for all of us. We could see a little bit of precipitation as well. I want to show you the temperatures across the state right now. It's cool no matter where you go. 47 in Amarillo is one of the cool spots, as it often is. 63 out in El Paso, 55 in Dallas. You got 73 in Brownsville, but even along the coast this hour, it's still in the 60s. So I would imagine it's a little chilly if you're at the beach. We have plans to go to the beach today. And the big picture shows we've got some really cold stuff up across places like Chicago, Minneapolis, Cleveland, sitting at 26, 35 in New York City with some snow falling at this hour. It's still Miami. That is the warm spot, 81 degrees there. And as we look at travel delays, not many, at least not at the major hubs, but San Francisco is reporting a delay. It's been that way for the last couple of days. Very heavy rain and wind there will cause some delays at the airports, but none around here in Texas as far as delays go. Right now, we've got 64 degrees at the airport, mostly cloudy. Dew point is at 41. In your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we'll see temperatures level out a little bit this afternoon, mostly cloudy, 66 your high temperature, and then down into the low 60s this evening and eventually 50s by tomorrow morning. More clouds tomorrow, and then we start to talk about some of those big changes, especially as we get into Thursday. More on the timing of that cold front coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Justin.
A driver using an ingenious method to survive while being stranded in a snowstorm. How the plan was inspired by something, guess what? He saw on the news.
Wow. Well, a woman is out $1,000 after falling victim to a scam. How crooks were able to convince her that a family member's life was in danger. That's coming up.